Hello guys. First note, ignore my sunburned face. I went to the beach yesterday for 4th of July, and I'm just a sun magnet. I literally spent the entire time under an umbrella, minus like 3 minutes at a time, so I don't know, the universe hates me. Anyways, ignore that and just listen to what I'm saying instead of focusing on my sunburned face. So I'm here today to talk about books. Not just any books, my books. So, if you have not already, go buy Demon High on Amazon.com/Demon High. Links are always in the description. #Spawn. I released my first novel, Demon High, on Amazon a couple months ago. It's been doing pretty well, but no one wants to leave me a review. I always bug my family members. I'm like, yo, literally just go click a star and type a couple of words into a text box. It helps me so much more than you think it does. Because the more reviews an item has on Amazon, the more likely it is to show up in someone's suggestions, the more likely it is for someone to click on it, the more likely it is for someone to buy it. So it really helps to leave reviews. Thank you. So anyways, I'm not here to talk about Demon High. I'm here to talk about books other than Demon High. 2 books, actually. One of them is sort of Demon High. I'm not good at these videos. I don't know why. I'm not in, like, the YouTube flow today. I can't seem to talk about things and come up with, like, witty things to say. So you're just gonna have to deal with this. So you're just gonna have to deal with this today. I don't know. I wanted to bring this up because I was working on it yesterday. I've officially put this into production, aka me setting aside a couple hours a day to write things on yellow notebook paper. But no, I've talked to Gracie, and I've talked to a couple other friends of mine about this, so I'm working on 2 books right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna put that out there. One of which, official announcement, is the sequel to Demon High. Gasp, even though it literally says that in the description of all my videos. When I have the links, I say book 1 in the Daimonium Excelsium duology. Duology means duo, trilogy is trio. Yeah, you see what I'm going for. So even though I've, like, said it before, it's not any sort of surprise. It's like I'm officially saying there's gonna be a Demon High sequel. Yay, you can all clap and rejoice. So yeah, Demon High sequel is happening. I've started on it, sorta. This is sort of like a little fun fact thing, my writing process. A lot of times I don't write things on the computer for the first time. First of all, it better helps you think about what you're writing when you're doing it handwritten, because it takes longer to handwrite something than to type it. So when you're typing, you're not really thinking, and so it's better to do it handwritten. I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe I'm just so old school and no one actually does that. But a lot of times I actually write certain chapters or sections or things in these little notebooks first. I have a lot of them, actually, but like I keep a couple of them in my backpack. Normally I have like different ones devoted to different projects. So like this one was actually my one for the first Demon High. So like I have Cora's backstory from October 19th from last year. That's when I did it. So yeah, I had a lot of my stuff from my first edition of Demon High, because I just always seem to have downtime at school. Like, so much downtime that, and like the teachers are like, don't put out your phone, you can read. And I'm like, I can't read in this kind of environment sometimes because everyone's just screaming. So I just like lock myself in my little mind bubble and write stuff. So anyway, so I started keeping these notebooks around with me so that I could write down ideas in the middle of the school day when I'm bored. Basically, that's basically how this started, because I was bored. So, and then I just started to do book 2 in here, and so all of these little post-it notes mean sections that I have not transferred over to my computer yet. So that's how I keep track of it, because then I do the sections and then I put them in their own Word documents and then I copy-paste it into order so that it can actually look like a book. Wow! So, yeah, Demon High 2. It's in production. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be sad. Prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. You thought the first one was bad? hell no. Hell to the no. You're not ready. You're not ready. Yeah, it's going to have more flashbacks. How many little hints can I give you? How many can I give you? All right. Okay, I'm gonna give you a big one. Jacqueline's getting a backstory. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's actually, for whatever, it's very interesting what I've worked on so far. Jacqueline has a very messed up past. She's a lot more than what she looks like on the surface, and it's not like the normal kind of messed up you would think of. It's actually, it's messed up, okay? It's messed up. That's all I'm gonna tell. I can't give away too much. It's way too early in the development process. But Jacqueline's getting a backstory. I'm gonna have a couple more, like, flashback sort of backstories of, like, I don't want to say, like, unseen moments from the first one, but, like, some stuff that happened, like, before the first book, or, like, in the middle of it. It's gonna have more backstories, but it's not gonna be, like, the character-specific ones. Also, Bianca's getting a point of view, and Selena's probably getting a point of view. Ryan gets a point of view. So many things! So many things. That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting, because I can't say anything else, because it's too early. It's too early. I have no idea when this is going to be finished. Considering the first one took me 3 years, I'm gonna try to make sure it doesn't take me that long, because it took me that long the first time because I was very new to it, and I'm such a procrastinator. I'm so bad. Hopefully I'm not gonna make you guys wait that long. But yeah, that's all you're getting. That's all you're getting right now. I'm not giving you any information about the actual story because it's just too much. I can't. And it's not fully developed yet. You'll just have to wait and see. Alright, so aside from Demon High, I have another project that I want to talk to you guys about that's a completely different story than Demon High. Completely different characters, completely different universe, totally different, separate things. So, this is just going to be one book. It's going to be one thing. It's not going to have a sequel. It's not going to be a series. It's just going to be a one standalone thing. It's sort of dystopian in comparison. It's like more dystopian than fantasy in comparison to Demon High. It's about the 7 deadly sins. Cheeky promo. I guess I can tell you a little bit about it because otherwise you're gonna be just completely like, okay, so it's a book about sins. Great. All right. I got this idea from watching an anime by the name of Full Metal Alchemist. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you've heard of it. It's kind of one of the biggest animes of all time. So I was watching Full Metal Alchemist, not very far into it, like 6 episodes maximum, but I had heard a lot about it. And I was very familiar with the fact that the villains of the show are the 7 deadly sins. There are 7 different beings, each of which representing a 7 deadly sin. And I'm like, that's really interesting, because the 7 deadly sins were not something I was, like, very familiar with, but, like, I was aware of them, I guess you could say. It's a very interesting concept. Like, the 7 deadly sins are, like, the 7 worst things that a human could possibly possess, in a way, and I got to thinking, and I'm like, you know what would be really cool if there was, like, this weird dystopian society where they had, like, these different community faction-like things, where each one was based off of a different deadly sin? And that's when the gears started turning. That's when I started thinking for hours and hours and hours until the crack of dawn, until I had 3 documents on my phone of bullet points. Long story short, it's about a city in the middle of the ocean, consisting of 7 islands, each of which based off of a different deadly sin. And the story is about these 6 kids, each from different islands, who kind of have to save the world. That's, like, I don't really know how else to say it without going into great detail, and I can't go into great detail because, once again, it's so early in the process that I can't give too much away, not only for copyright reasons, but just for general reasons, because I can't do that. But yeah, I'm working on that story. It's gonna be about the 7 deadly sins. It's gonna have a lot of great characters I really like. I really like the characters so far, 2 of them in particular. I was literally working on this yesterday. I have like 15 pages here of handwritten chapters. So this video is a hot mess. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna try to edit it as best as I can so that I don't sound like as much of a hot mess. But when I'm talking about stuff like this, it's very hard to like not just tell everything. I literally explained this entire story to Gracie the other day, and it took me like 8 different times where Snapchat's like, you have too many characters, send this and then start again kind of thing. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I am having a lot of fun working on it. By the looks of it, that one might get done before Demon High 2. I'm just sort of like on a break from Demon High right now because I literally devoted 3 years of my life to the first one. I kind of wanted to like step out and work on something else before going back to that. Maybe that's a terrible idea and maybe I'm making a huge mistake, but I'll figure it out. So that's my hot mess book talk video. I hope you enjoyed it. Talk to me in the comments. Comment about if you plan on reading them, or if you've read my first book. If you haven't read my first book, Amazon.com/demonhigh, #spawn. Links are always in the description. Please comment, rate, subscribe, tell your friends, like this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!